Interculture with Anya Dula, and I'm Anya Dula. Hey, what's going on? How is everybody doing? How are you holding up in month of 10th of coronavirus pandemic lockdown here in the United States? How are y'all doing? I have to say, I'm finally off of the coronacoaster. Have y'all been seeing that meme going around? I think that is so funny, and it is such an accurate description of how I've been feeling through this entire time that we've been in this global pandemic. And for those of you who are in Houston, just like I'm in Houston, in going through an initial lockdown and then coming out of lockdown and now going back into a lockdown because our state realizes that they opened far too soon. There have been a lot of ups and downs. There have been quite many ups and downs. And so, there was a point in time, I say point in time, it only ended maybe 2 weeks ago, but for that amount of time, since March, I've just been in this kind of up and down, having some really good days and then some very, very bad days, and feeling on pause, feeling like I had to press the pause button just to see what's going to happen and assess the situation and know how to proceed. And that it's been particularly hard for me. That's my truth. And I imagine that it has been particularly hard for others. At first, I was on the whole, just take this time to get your project done, and take your time. Some of y'all probably remember, just use this time to the best, and that whole productivity thing. And very quickly, I think like week 3 in, I was like, yeah, everything stops because this is insane. And in me having to revamp my services, not even sure if I was going to be, if I would be able to continue working through this pandemic, and just trying to find what other ways I would have to move in order to make sure my family and I stayed not only safe in terms of our health, but that we would be okay and grounded and assured that we could carry on living the way that we're living, that I wasn't going to lose work, and that I would be able to continue to support our household the way that I've been supporting our household. That's taken it was a major toll on my mental, it was a major toll on my physical, and now I feel like the clouds are kind of breaking up. They're still there because coronavirus is still here, y'all. It's still here, and it's very real. And those of you who are in Houston like I am, we know that we're getting slammed pretty hard right now. And so even with that, even in this second lockdown, and as cases and hospitalizations surge here in Houston, I feel a little more assured in moving forward with my own projects. And some of the things that I saw as kind of like extra, right? Things like this podcast I saw kind of as an extra, because it's a fun project for me. It's a passion project for me. It's not something that I have to do. So I didn't want to expend energy being on this productivity wheel of I've got to put it out when I feel like crap, or I felt like crap, right? And I was literally fearful, and I was in a state of fear, and I had to work through that. So I just want to say to, everybody out there, like, if you're still in that space, just give yourself grace. Give yourself the grace that you need. Try to find a win every day. That's something that I share with my postpartum clients, Try to find a win in every day. Every day is not going to be a big win. But if you can find a win in every day, and sometimes the win of the day was that I got up and did the dishes, and that was it. It doesn't mean the whole house got cleaned. It doesn't even necessarily mean that I took a shower that day. It means I got up and I did the dishes, and that's what I could do, and that's what I felt really good about, that I managed to do that. You know, I just hope that people can give themselves the grace that they need. Having said that, though, I'm now in a place where I feel that I can move forward, and so I'm a little more excited about the things that I have coming up, and I'm a little more excited about the things that my son has coming up. And so we're just working, we're taking it day by day still, every single day. And, you know, I'm sure that there are going to be days that come back that don't feel as good as I feel right now as I'm speaking to you. But I feel more assured and a little more confident in my ability to get us through this thing healthily. And that's what I'm working. That's what I'm working toward. That's what I can do. I can do my part in assuring that I keep myself healthy. I'm doing my part in assuring that I keep my son healthy, and that the people that I serve, all the clients and the families that I work with, that I'm doing my part to keep them healthy as well. And so that's just where we are. We're going to get through this thing. It's a matter of timing, a matter of timing and leadership. And the leadership has left us much to be desired here lately. But I would urge people to reconsider who leadership is and what leadership looks like, and whether you need to always take the advice of the leadership that is put in place, right? The best example that I can give you is what's happening right here in Houston, that back in April, there were some leaders who were working to prepare us for the moment that we're in right now, this surge in coronavirus cases, but not only cases, hospitalizations, because that's when we know how detrimental it actually is. When hospitalizations start going up and deaths go up, that's how we know it's bad. And so they were preparing us for this. The most prominent of those people being Judge Lina Hidalgo, who basically was shut down. A lot of her ideas and proposals were shut down or just taken away. And then our governor and our mayor of Houston decided to move forward. And now we're in a place where things are pretty dire for very many Houstonians. And we know that COVID is hitting Black and brown communities the worst and really bad. And so that's what I mean. Just as we're in this space now of reopening schools and everything else, you know, in Florida, Disney World decided to open. Florida has tens of thousands of new cases every day for the last couple of weeks. And Disney World is reopening. Amazing. Usually when I say amazing, it's not in the good sense of amazing. It's amazing. Like, who do these people think they are? Amazing. Like, it's amazing to me that in the middle of a global pandemic in which we don't want to be around a great number of people, you're going to open up the busiest place on earth with the longest lines. And your state is being hit worse than anyone else. That's amazing. That's amazing to me. I wish I'm going to start YouTubing this so you guys can see my facial expressions. I don't get it. But anyway, so that's the goings on as far as, just myself and my family and what's happening with coronavirus. If you've paid attention to my Instagram, my Anya Dula Instagram page a few days ago, you would have seen that I reposted from a young lady who is here in Houston who had a horrible experience at a hospital, on top of having a horrible experience that got her there. So just a really, really quick is this young lady, 26 years old. She's a fitness and nutrition expert. She had classic signs of a heart attack: chest pain, shortness of breath, sudden chest pain, shortness of breath, pain going down her arm. She knew that these are signs of a heart attack. She called EMTs. EMTs came to her house, told her she's just having an anxiety attack and that she shouldn't worry. Her mother was like, y'all need to go. They went, and sure enough, she went to the hospital, and sure enough, she was having a heart attack and had a heart attack. And so, as if that's not traumatizing enough, then she's in the hospital recovering, and she was being mistreated by the staff in the hospital, in pain, asking the nurses to help her with her pain. They're telling her she's overreacting. She actually I learned all of this on a live video that she shot. She actually turned the camera because she had called for a nurse, and I don't remember the number of minutes that elapsed, but it was enough to be like, where they at? What's this? And she said they were coming to the window and just peeking through the window and staring at her, but no one was coming into the room to actually help her, to assist her with the pain that she was complaining about after having had a heart attack. If you need to rewind that, go ahead, because you heard me right. I saw it. It's still there. You can go and watch it, right? One nurse comes to the window and they're just standing there looking at her, and then that nurse walks away, and then the next nurse comes into the window and they're just standing there looking at her. And meanwhile, her buzzer is still going because she called and asked for help. Very angering. When I first was watching the video, I didn't realize until pretty far into the video. I think this was like a 15-minute video or something, and I think we were like 10 minutes in before she said that she was at Memorial Hermann in the Texas Medical Center, and I sat straight up because I was like, that's my backyard. What do we need? What's your name? I sat up. I was like, someone tagged me to this story from, I don't even know that it's something, a page called The Savoy Show, which I don't know it. So I don't, I'd never even been on that platform, but I'm watching this video thinking like, damn, this is another one of these incidents where someone's going to tweet something or post something, and people are just going to be like, oh no, that's messed up, right? But so what I am happy to say about that is that this young woman's community came through, okay? Her community and the greater community of everybody. People from Canada, people from New York, people from everywhere were like, hold up, what's the number to the hospital? Because you know what? We're not going to stand for seeing any more stories come across our news feeds or play on the news or on radio shows or on podcasts talking about